Hello friends, this is the third of a little bit of a segment of videos that I've been making recently on sort of what to expect, what to do on a dig, things that happen whilst you're excavating, and today we're going to be talking about finds processing and classification. It's all that fun stuff that happens once you take the finds off of the site and then bring them into the lab. So first things first. Cleaning. Cleaning pottery is a task that everyone has a love-hate relationship with. It's repetitive and not the most stimulating, but it can actually be quite meditative if you ask me. I love putting on a good podcast and just, like going to town on some sherds with a toothbrush. And I have a lot of toothbrushes because my mom is a dental hygienist. And I never run out. It's like a weird superpower I have. And also, just like with cleaning your teeth, you need to be careful with cleaning pottery, as the brushing could actually remove some of the paint or some glaze layers, even if it's just dry brushing, so be careful with that. You could also even just break it in your hands from too much aggressive cleaning. So just like your teeth, you guys, no overbrushing. Actually, I have a little fun fact or weird confession about me. I have never purchased a toothbrush in my life. I am almost 30 years old. I have moved across the entire Atlantic Ocean and I have still never purchased a toothbrush. Whenever I'm home, I just grab a bunch from my mom because of her job, and I have a whole bag, a whole drawer full of toothbrushes in this house from Canada. It's like a weird flex of mine. I'm oddly proud that I've never purchased a toothbrush, and I'm really dreading the day for when that actually happens. All right, enough about my teeth. Let's go back to cleaning. Of course, you don't want to dunk everything in water to clean it. Metal finds, for example, are better off to be very carefully cleaned while dry. And if you find a pot or anything with dirt inside of it, it should be analyzed to make sure that we aren't washing away any food residue or plant matter. Underwater finds or waterlogged wood have their own special needs as well, so just be aware of the materials that you're dealing with. This is why conservators are so important on site. I had to do a shameless plug for myself. Come on. After the artifacts are cleaned and dry, they are then sorted and classified. When you're classifying artifacts, and pottery especially, you want to keep in mind what you're trying to find out from them. Think about what questions each piece might be able to answer for you. Obviously, there's the first broad sorting into material types like metal, wood, bone, ceramics, all that fun stuff. But then you have to make groups within those groups to get more specific. This classification is generally carried out on the basis of 3 attributes. Number 1, surface attributes. This means like decoration, color, texture, all that fun visual stuff. Number 2 is the shape attributes, so both the shape and dimensions of the object. Number 3 is technological attributes, which is where we look at the raw materials the artifacts are made up of to get a better sense of what kinds of technology was present at this time. Artifacts that are found together and have similar attributes are then grouped into artifact types, which is where we get the term typology from. Boom, context. Typology was a huge thing in the first half of the 20th century, and while it's important, it may not always be 100% accurate. But it's a good starting point when analyzing artifacts, especially when you have crazy amounts of pottery to sort through. The groups of these artifact types are known as assemblages. If you remember the video of the 3-age system, you know that these assemblages have been helpful for early forms of dating and groupings. Groups of these assemblages have been taken to form archaeological cultures. All of these terms have to be taken with a grain of salt, though. We need to understand and constantly repeat to ourselves that these typologies and cultures that we place upon archaeological artifacts and features are man-made constructs that are designed to put some sort of order into the disordered chaos of the finds. We can't use these typologies and other constructs to shape our view of the past. These just help give shape to the evidence, and from there we can do further analysis to get a better picture. Also, we have to remember that different people will classify in different ways in order to see more clearly the evidence that they want. For example, one person interested in technology might sort pottery into fabrics, materials, and manufacture, whereas someone else might be interested in functions of pottery and will therefore sort in shape and size. As with everything in archaeology, context is key. So there you have it, friends. Quick and dirty. Finds processing and classification. Obviously, there's a little bit more into it with how people number the artifacts, how you store the artifacts, but that's the general basis and what you need to understand when you are looking at and analyzing and sort of going through your sorting with your finds on an archaeological site. Every site is going to be different as to how they classify, how they sort, everything like that. So again, make sure you are listening to your site supervisors, make sure you're reading the excavation manuals. But other than that, this is a really really good sort of just video for base level, getting your feet wet with how to do all of this stuff with fines processing. If you liked the video, go ahead and smash that like button down below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel while you're down there. And if you like the channel and you want to become more involved or support it in another way, head on over to my Patreon and become a patron. You'll get access to a lot of cool behind the scenes videos and pictures, and you could even get your name on the screen like these guys right here. If you want to become a patron, go ahead and just click that link in my description down below. Also, if you want a write-up and some further resources on fines processing and classification, head on over to my website. I have a whole blog post there for you with extra resources. The link to that is also in my description down below. Here's all my socials, and as always, stay dirty, my friends.